here's Brody Brazil.
I'm pretty excited to get into this video and critique every single Major League Baseball mascot. This is right after they were ranked from favorite to least favorite by more than 2,000 Major League Baseball fans. That's right, we're going to get to the exact order in just a second. But what I found interesting, it was done on a 5-point ranking system. There were only a few mascots that even got into 4-point territory. Most of these are mid-range ratings, so we'll get to the best and the worst, but first let me explain what these rankings are all about. It was done by the website casino.ca. They published it. They're a sports betting site. For whatever reason, they got into ranking the mascots. 2,000 MLB fans voted, and let me just say, I hope that geography here was taken into account, because if you do this in one region or another, you're going to have favoritism, you're going to have rivalries, there's going to be bias involved. So I just hope that of the 2,000 fans, they did it across the country, they did it across the continent to try and really get a wide view of exactly what's going on here. Because, we take mascot rankings very seriously. They voted on categories such as likability and popularity and entertainment value and intimidation, right? Sometimes you want the mascot to look a little mean, so they voted on that too, and other categories. But the most important takeaway about the voters of this, 90% said that they thought mascots, quote, add to the game experience. So what's my takeaway there? These are people that actually like mascots, right? These are not mascot haters. These are mascot likers, mascot enjoyers. And so they're behind the mascots, and this is how they voted. Coming in at number 1 with a ranking of 4.52, you might have expected this, the long-standing Phillie Phanatic, who was at the Vet on turf, now is at Citizens Bank Park on this beautiful grass. I can't believe they let the Phanatic ride around on that beautiful grass on that ATV. Those must be special tires that don't have a lot of tread and ruin grass. But I think, look, the Phanatic is obvious. History, likability, approachability for a young fan. A lot of crazy stuff, I think, comes out of the snout right there. The Phanatic also has antics. I think that's part of these mascot rankings. It's not just your presence, your appearance, your joyous nature, whatever that is, but it's also the things you do in games, to announcers, with fans, with players. The Phillie Phanatic, no surprise, getting the highest rating here of 4.52 out of 5. Now, this next one, for as much as I could have predicted the Phanatic, I didn't see this one coming. And it's no disrespect here to Mr. Met. But what is Mr. Met? And by the way, I'll have you know, that is Mrs. Met. Mrs. Met is ranked entirely separately here. I don't know why they did why they drew a line between Mr. and Mrs. Met. They're going to rank them separately here. I'm surprised how high Mr. Met was ranked, and I can't believe that Mrs. Met was on a totally different planet in terms of her rankings. But 4.4 is where Mr. Met checks in. Again, it's like a human body. There's nothing different or special about that. It's a human wearing a Mets jersey, and it's a human with a baseball head. So unless I'm missing something about Mr. Met, and I don't mean to insult Metropolitans fans. What is a Metropolitan, by the way? How do you make a mascot of that? I guess Mr. Met is a Metropolitan. I don't get it, but fans voted Mr. Met pretty high. Blooper of the Atlanta Braves. Now, this is interesting. Blooper is the third and final mascot to get a 4 rating or above. So if this were an Uber scale, how you get 5 stars ranked on Uber, there wouldn't be a lot of good rankings here and ratings here. I strive for a 4.98 rating or whatever as a passenger, and I like drivers that are close to 5, but man, fans are pretty harsh here on their rankings. 4.01 is where Blooper checks in, but I like Blooper. I don't know Blooper's thing. I don't know what Blooper is, but Blooper looks friendly. Blooper looks approachable. Blooper looks likes to have fun with the players on the field. Is there a rain delay? Is that a tarp on the field? In this one photo, there's some riz. Ooh, did I say riz? Charisma? Yeah, there's some charisma with Blooper. So I get it why Blooper got a very high ranking. Okay, Clark the Cub starts us on the 3-scale rankings. I'm 43 years old, and for whatever reason, I just want to go to Wrigley Field and give Clark the Cub a big hug. I don't know if it's the backwards hat, the little puffy hair that's sticking out. His hair kind of matches that little fella's hair right there. Clark the Cub, it looks very cute. And that's why I'm surprised, unless Clark the Cub just hasn't been around a long time or isn't cool enough or doesn't do cool enough stuff, Clark only got a 3.98 ranking. And Clark, the street name, I imagine like that's the synergy there, and the Cub, obviously. So I can't figure it out how Clark the Cub wasn't one of the top rated here. In a major market, I don't know much about Clark the Cub, but I would have given Clark a little bit higher. Now, Billy the Marlin is right behind Clark. Billy the Marlin looks a little bit creepy, and I respect, I mean, when did the Marlins sweep anybody? How old is this photo? But I mean, just, I can't zoom in here, but just look at Billy's face for 1 second. That's a really pointy, scary nose that looks like a very plastic, hard-shaped face. It's, Billy the Marlin, like, if mascots are for kids, generally speaking, do you think kids are going to, it's kind of a weird smile. It's kind of like a smile on the face. Billy dresses up with just teal pants. So I don't think a fish would wear that. A marlin would wear that. Okay. I'm not here to hate. I'm really not. But Billy the Marlin, a pretty high ranking, but one that I can't necessarily understand. Wally. Now, when you're looking at Wally, they're like, that looks like a Sesame Street character. Wally's got a good, friendly look. That's a friendly mascot right there. Like, that's one for your 5-year-old. Come visit Wally, hang out with Wally. And at first I didn't understand. Wally, what is Wally? Oh, come on, Brazil. Like, there's the green monster right behind Wally. It's a wall. The green monster is a wall. And what is Wally? Wally is a green monster. I know a lot of you out there are saying, yeah, we already knew that. I didn't get that at first. But Wally checks in at a 395. Totally understand that. All right, let's move on here. Bernie the Brewer, 391. I'm sorry. Bernie looks like a creepy uncle. You know what I'm saying? The mustache, I get it. It's a Brewer thing. It's a Milwaukee thing. Bernie looks like he eats a lot of cheese. I mean, I don't know. It's, and probably you got to drink a lot of beer if you're a Brewer, but I don't know. Like it's a human. It's just a particular looking human. And I do fully respect that Bernie goes down that twisty slide every time the Brewers hit a home run. So credit to Bernie for being a stunt person. But 391, I guess it's probably where I figured it. There's just nothing extra special about Bernie. And I think on the cool to creep factor, probably more creep than cool, if I have to be blunt. Parrot. Now we're getting back into the cool territory here. And for whatever reason, like Parrot has what looks to be like a scared face going on there, but Parrot looks cool, right? Top to bottom, it's a bird. Bird feet, thin legs, like bird body, bird face, green color, like it pops. Green is not really like a pirate's color, but it kind of works here with the gold and the black and the red pants and the red face. I mean, I like Parrot. And if you think about a pirate, they've got a parrot on their shoulder. Arr, matey. So 3.88, I would have picked higher for Parrot. And PNC Park, what a beautiful backdrop. The Oriole bird. Okay. The Oriole bird literally looks like it's from the 60s for some reason. Like it's this like V-shaped body, I guess. Something like, I don't know, just old-fashioned about that. And it's got the Orioles face like it literally is the logo, so I'll give the Oriole bird credit for that. It's a full-bodied bird, like it's all one suit. There's not even like really a waistline there for top and pants. 385, I kind of like Oriole bird. Oh, you know what seals the deal for me with Oriole bird? Old school stirrups and sanitary socks. Now we're talking Oriole bird. Now we can go back to, was it Memorial Stadium where they used to play? Now we're talking Oriole bird. You just won me over right there. You're old school, and I like that. And kids should like Oriole bird. Okay, I didn't understand Fredbird, who gets a 3.8. I guess there's a lot of 3.8s here. Are you noticing that? We got below 4. Now there's a log jam of 3.9s, 3.8s. These are all the kind of mid-range mascots here. But it's really Redbird, but it's Fredbird, right? Now look at Fredbird here. Fredbird is jumping midair. Fredbird's not touching the ground. Fredbird's flying right there. I like Fredbird. Friendly face, like, again, full body of the mascot. It doesn't look like human legs, although, it's human legs. It looks like bird legs, top to bottom. I mean, that face looks approachable. Like your kid would want to take a picture with Fredbird. So 3.8 for Fredbird. I totally get that. Mariner Moose, in my opinion, should have been ranked higher here. Look at that. That is a plush, stuffy toy right there. Just like I wanted to hug Clark the Cub, I want to hug Mariner Moose. Like, I'm pretty sure my son has a stuffy that looks like Mariner Moose. It's not, but it looks like Mariner Moose in his bedroom. That is a cute looking mascot. And again, head to toe, there's no shoes on Mariner Moose. Mariner Moose just has the, paws down there, the moose feet, moose tracks. Mariner Moose is not afraid to put a glove on. Look at that face. Look at that face. I like Mariner Moose, I think. And maybe I'm going on just appearance alone here, which shouldn't be everything. A lot of it should be their charisma, their interactions, what they do during a game. I've seen the Moose, though, on top of the dugout at T-Mobile Park. So I think Mariner Moose should have got higher than 377. PAWS of the Tigers also gets a 377. And I mean, look, you're already taking the photo with the young fan right there. So kids like PAWS, like it has to be a tiger. Like the Detroit Tigers mascot cannot not be a tiger. With the Mariners, it's not clear, right? Like, and again, let's just revisit that. They could have done like some crusty old sailor, I'm a mariner or whatever. But the Mariners decided to go with a moose, more for the geography of the Pacific Northwest and Seattle. The Tigers have no choice. Like the tiger is their mascot. And I like this. It kind of looks, I guess, like Tony the Tiger. They're great. It's Tony the Tiger, right? I mean, I want to eat some Frosted Flakes right now. So I kind of like that. The tiger's not too overly done. It's not too scary. I mean, a tiger in real life is pretty scary, but I like PAWS at 377, and I don't mind that the tiger's wearing shoes. I really don't. Baxter. Like, I'm scared. Like the face, like that. Like, would you want to? Again, like, okay, adult. Older kid, adult. Like, where's the young kids? Because if you have a young kid and they saw that face, like a 3-year-old would look at that face and go, I don't want to be around that. Baxter still gets a 3.69, a pretty high rating here. Like, I got nothing to say. Like, they're trying. It's some kind of cat, bobcat. I don't even know what Baxter is. But I'm still a little bit scared by Baxter. Right behind Baxter is Orbit at 367, mascot of the Houston Astros. Like, Orbit's cute. Orbit's got the little alien things popping out. Orbit's green. Orbit's got the mascot round belly, probably does the whole belly shake thing. Orbit has had a lot of success to go along with a lot of Astros fans. So I'm kind of surprised just on the popularity aspect alone here that Orbit didn't rank higher than a 367. I got nothing wrong with Orbit. It's the Astros. It's space. Whoa, but across the state over in Arlington, the Rangers captain is a horse. So here we go again. Like, it's a horse head. And it's a cartoony horse head, which is good, right? Because if you did the realistic horse head, now you're scaring kids. They're like, wait, mommy, daddy, why is there a horse head on a human's body? Like, you can't, if you're going to do this, you ought to do the horse costume, where it's like two people, like somebody's like the back legs and then somebody's the front legs. Like however they do that in the horse. I'm trying to draw it here. It's the horse costume. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn that, but it's two people like that crawl and trot like a horse instead of a horse standing upright, pointing at you like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's horses don't have feet like that, do they? There's just going to be a lot of questions for kids. And why a horse? I get it, Texas Rangers, so you don't want to have like a sheriff or something. It's just, I don't know. You should have gone, if you're going to go off the map a little bit and off the radar for like your mascot, like go even farther than that. Like depart from the whole horse ranger thing, go even farther. Horse a little bit creepy for me, not going to lie. Dinger, right? Dinger gets a 367, so a lot of mascots here in this mid-range. I like Dinger. I feel like you would get Dinger like a stuffy or a toy as part of a Happy Meal. You know what I mean? Like Dinger looks like a McDonald's character. I guess maybe I'm thinking about Grimace, or is that who I'm thinking about? I know the little colors here, like kids like colors. Kids like a rhino face, or is that a triceratops? Triceratops? Come on, Brazil, get with it. A dinosaur head, though. They like that. Dinger, I believe, has a lot of activations in the game. I know it's kind of distracting, by the way, for mascots to be running behind home plate during at-bats while people are trying to watch the TV footage and camera angle. So I don't really like mascots making the game about them. But if they can enhance it for fans, then, again, I get why Dinger is popular. I think Dinger could probably have ranked even higher here, more than a 3.67. 3.55, so now we're dipping into the mid-3 category here, is Slider. I don't know what Slider is. Slider looks cute, though. Like, look at that face. Who couldn't love that face? Or know what that face is? Like, there's eyes. There's eyes in there somewhere. I gotta hit the green pen here on Slider. Just get the little yellow accents all throughout the body. Bright pink. I mean, you can't miss Slider. And that's another cool thing, right? Like the Guardians colors, dark blue and red. And so you're going with, gosh, I don't even have a hot pink color here. All I have is purple. But like you're going off script a little bit. I know kids will say you're out of pocket, but that's not, I don't think you're using that right. Slider being hot pink, I like it. It's something different. Like, what are you going to do for a Guardian? I mean, they obviously changed mascot or changed team name recently, so Slider can exist really no matter what your team name is. Southpaw of the Chicago White Sox, like, quite honestly, if I covered up the White Sox logo, would you even know, like, what? So Southpaw, like south side of Chicago, left-handed pitcher. I get the South reference. Is that a dog? Is it a frog? What is Southpaw? I don't know, and that's fine, but there's just not a lot there. So I see why Southpaw maybe just didn't track. But Lucille at 3.43, why didn't Lucille track? Like, who doesn't love that lovable seal? And Lucille has charisma. I've seen Lucille at AT&T and Pac Bell and SBC Park and Oracle Park, all the different names. Oh, there, it's officially called Oracle now. But 3.43, like, that puts Lucille like on the second half, the bottom half of MLB ranked mascots here. There is nothing wrong with Lucille. Look at the face. I mean, again, like, you don't want to hug that face? Well, you know what I'm saying. It's head to toe seal? I don't know. I was a bit surprised that Lucille didn't track and rank higher. Rosie Red. All right. It's got the Mr. and Mrs. Met vibe going on here. It's got a little bit of the like outdated maybe everything. 3.43 for Rosie Red. I'll leave it at that, and I'll say maybe the low ranking would be an indication, unless Rosie Red is very popular, that it might be time to update things. TC Bear at 3.39. Oh, come on. Go give me a hug, TC Bear. Twin Cities Bear. I like TC Bear. Look at TC Bear. Now, you don't... Okay, so I said before, if you're going to go mascot, like as a bear, an animal, go head to tail mascot. But TC Bear's rocking the cool sneakers. I'm good with that. TC Bear with the red gloves. So maybe we got to put some bear claws on you, buddy. We really do. But look at that face right there. That is a plush, stuffy toy right there. That's just, I'm a big fan of TC Bear. Okay, now we get to Mrs. Met. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the food here with everything else. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Met. But it's crazy that Mr. Met got the second highest ranking and Mrs. Met is near the bottom of the rankings here. Now, Mrs. Met is new. They added her to the collection here, so to speak, of Mets mascots. Let me also just say, do you need two mascots? I guess if you have a Mr. Met, that brings a lot of question. Where is Mrs. Met? So they think, all right, well, we'll add that on. But you open this door, like, of having Mr. Met. And again, what are Mr. and Mrs. Met? I will collectively critique them both here. You're humans with a baseball head. You can do better than this. You're New York. Be creative. I don't know. I was not a fan of Mr. Met, so Mrs. Met kind of falls along with it. Okay, here's another one. Sluggerrr, which at first I was like, well, what's up with the spelling here? But when you kind of grrr, it's a lion. So it's a lion with a king's crown as a head. Like, you're combining too many things here. Why wouldn't you have just done a lion head that's wearing a crown? And you do that thing where it's It's a character head on pretty much a human body. And look, everybody has the human body. That's my point. But there's like they're wearing a jersey. I feel like something more special could be done here. And maybe that's why Sluggerrr. Am I saying that right? You have to. That's the other thing. So you can't just be like, oh, that's Sluggerrr. You have to say that's Sluggerrr every single time, like a lion. And you could have made the mane bigger. I don't know. There's a lot to be figured out there with old Sluggerrr. Then we get to the swinging Friar. All right, so again, Padres, tough name of the team. You can't do many things with a mascot if you're going to stick to that. But like, do you think a kid might see that in their nightmare? You think that's like, I don't know. The whole thing, like we could have gone, instead of staying close here, and I get it, it's the Padres. I totally understand. But maybe this is one of those cases where you just go 20 feet farther away than where you're at. You wipe the slate clean and start with something new and different. And look, 299 ranking, I mean, this is a 5-point ranking. We're now in the 2s. All right? So this is what fans thought of the swinging Friar. Like, the outfit, head to toe, like, there's no critiquing that. Like, they nailed it. They nailed the Friar, but it's just like the head and the whole idea. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit something more kid-friendly. And then there's Raymond of the Tampa Bay Rays getting a 297. I don't know. I mean, like, I credit the fact that it's a head-to-toe mascot, cool shoes, purple, which bends the spectrum of their colors just a little bit. They kind of use a lot of colors in Tampa, which I like. But I don't know what Raymond is, and is that a dome on top of Raymond's head? What is going on here? Why is the Rays logo on Raymond's chin? I don't get that. 297 for old Raymond. And that brings us to the least favorite mascot of Major League Baseball. Old Stomper of the Oakland Athletics, or maybe by the time you're watching this video, they're just the Athletics, who play in Sacramento, or maybe eventually, whenever this video might be watched, however many years down the road, maybe they're in fabulous Las Vegas, and maybe they are called the Las Vegas A's. But I think Stomper gets the lowest votes here for a couple reasons. If we're just looking at the mascot itself, it's an elephant. Yeah, should be likable, should be lovable. But even kids know when there's some two-timing going on. Like, for example, Stomper. Are you at the Coliseum taking photos and hugging kids in Oakland? And then next year, you'll be in Sacramento doing the same thing, and you've already taken these photos from the entertainment capital of the world. You're 2 and 3 timing right now. So I think Stomper, if you're wondering, should you take this personally? I think you should. 2.78. That is the lowest ranked Major League Baseball mascot. All right, so as we get back to the end of this video here and take a look at all of them and some of them together, wait a second, is the Friar looks even different right there now. Everybody else looks the same. Ooh, Billy the Marlin. Like that face is still creepy. Now that I know all the mascots, I can talk about them. Southpaw, I still don't know what you are. Lucille, I still don't know how you didn't rank higher. And what was the Green Monster's name? Wally, the Green Monster. See, now I know. I really like you, Wally. But let me know what you think. Did I miss one? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Do you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments section below. I would appreciate it if you take the time right now to go down there and give this video a thumbs up. That'll help me, this video, and this channel. I would like that, but I would love it if you just take 1 second, make sure that you've already hit that subscribe button down there. When you're subscribed to the channel that way, it means I get to see you back here next time.